Because I'm not that nice and I'm not your sis. Clap! This is the first video of the Drag Race Season 16 series. I'm really excited about this. I feel like this is gonna be a really good season of Drag Race. We're gonna be talking about the split premiere, so episodes 1 and 2, all 14 queens. We're gonna go over everything. Also, we have Chipotle. My mom calling me. Say hi. Love you, bye. Chipotle has been really hitting lately. In my bowl, I do white rice, black beans, chicken, pico, sour cream cheese, lettuce, guac. And I always get, ooh, look at this fill on the vinaigrette. What? This is correct. And I always get a little bit of green Tabasco, and I get a side of queso. Also, this Chipotle flavored Tabasco. I'm not a fan of Tabasco hot sauce. I think it's one of the worst of all the hot sauce. I'm more of like a Cholula Texas Pete kind of girl. But the Chipotle Tabasco is good. Also, the girl who put my bowl together, I like how she did it. She did it like real neat and organized. I could appreciate that. No. Okay, y'all know we have to get this fixed up before we start anything. I already know I'm a bowl mixer. I want to taste every single thing in every single bite. Vinaigrette first. Oh, and green Tabasco. I've been using less and less green Tabasco these days, but I feel like it's still necessary. And then this, woo, fire. I'm going to ruin the lining of my stomach. I need a napkin. Now I mix that in a little bit. Oh my gosh, that's so good. With a little bit of queso. If you dip the chip, it literally will break. I have a peach lemonade. I got it from this place called Page's Bistro. Why do I feel like they messed up and gave me just lemonade and not peach? That's peach. This is outstanding right now. Woo! Y'all, you're in for a long video because literally, look at all the notes. I took notes on each queen. I don't know if you can see, but anyway, okay, the first queen, Q. My immediate impression of Q, I was like, she's flawless, unclockable. Like, you just can't clock anything on her, and I love a queen like that. Her hair, beautiful, gorgeous, can't say anything about it. Her outfit, can't say anything about it. Not a seam out of place, and she made it. Her makeup, can't say anything about it. It gives very like, think like Simone, Jada Essence Hall, Trinity the Tuck, like the queens that are just very together and flawless all the time. That's what Q gives. We love a queen who can sew a garment. I just feel like I don't have to worry about you in a design challenge. As a matter of fact, she's Q. I could see Q possibly winning a design challenge. Her talent, I think, was genius. It was campy. Camp always works. Kind of like puppet show, but it was her face, and then she was using her hands to pretend like she was doing ballet. Like her hands were feet. Y'all have seen the episode, y'all know. But I just thought it was genius. The judges love stuff like that. You go to her runway, and then you see once again, like, she can turn a look. I loved her runway look. It gave very like Maleficent, and I want to say they said that on the show, and like the things that were like sticking up out from it, it gave very much opulence. She owns everything. And then the reveal was gorgeous. Like when she picked that up, because it was like an all black sparkly, I didn't expect her reveal to be colorful. So when she picked up like the cloak or whatever that she had and revealed like all those colors, I'm like, this is gorgeous. And then on top of that, she made it. And then when she took off the cloak that was attached to it, and it was just like sleek, like full jumpsuit, sparkly, I'm like, this is a gorgeous, versatile outfit. Like, oh, this is gonna be a good bite, please. Look at this bite. Y'all want it? I'm just kidding. Tsunami Muse. The first thing I thought when I saw her, gorgeous. I think she's so beautiful. And then she said she was a model. I'm like, period. Like, of course you're a model. I thought she was gorgeous. And I loved her personality. All her confessionals, I said, I'm really gonna wanna see this queen through. Like, she's just so bubbly and fun and like very lively. And I just love her. Afro-Latina queen, like, oh, love her. Also, she can pose. When they did the little mini photo shoot front porch challenge, and she immediately started like swinging her outfit, and for her talent, I was kind of let down, and it made me sad because I really liked her. Like when she came in, I said, ooh, I think she's gonna be one of my favorites. She's gonna be like so strong. And she still might be really strong in the competition. Like we are literally just beginning. It did kind of fizzle out, and the judges said that. Like she came out with so much energy. Like the little like, is this RuPaul's Drag Race? Like that was cute. That was really cute. And then she started like doing the rap, and I'm like, oh, I live. But then it just kind of like slowly descended into, oh, so she's just rapping. Like, let's be real, lip syncing is very, very overdone when it comes to the talent shows. So if you're doing it, it has to be fierce, and you have to bring something different to it. Like you have to bring something extra. You have to bring something that people are gonna remember. That we're actually gonna get to that in a second with Mirage. But you have to bring something different. Like Anetra had everybody saying, walk that fucking duck all season long. Rue was saying that all season long, and it was just a lip sync, but she was saying that. She was also doing taekwondo. So many different dynamics, and it's like That's what makes a memorable lip sync. Her runway, I feel like I needed more from her runway. The first look was chic. First of all, I love how she did like the bangs and the braid. I thought that was really cute hair for what she had. She had like that red tie-up coat. The walk, sickening. She has a sickening walk. The way she was walking, I'm like, she can walk any show right now. Honestly, her walk is better than a lot of these models I see on the runway right now. I didn't really care for the looks after she pulled off the coat. When you stack it up next to like Q's runway look, a mandatory meeting. I heard that name, I said, this name is genius, because you hear it and then you see it spelled on the screen. I love a queen with a clever name. I love stuff like that. Like, oh my gosh, I'm trying to think of some other queens with clever names that I love. Now I can't think of them, and I know them. Like Pheromone. Diabetes is what I was thinking of, but like Pheromone, Diabetes, a mandatory meeting. Hers is the most spot on with wordplay, because literally a mandatory meeting and literally a mandatory meeting. Like, that really eats. I love that. Her makeup and breastplate was really questionable when she came in. I was like, oh, okay, because usually when I see a breastplate, Morphine Love Dion had said this, like, it's usually covered with a necklace. It was like all the way up here, and I have seen somebody do that. I think I saw Trinity the Tuck do that. But it was like hidden with makeup really well, so you couldn't really tell. Girl, you literally could see the line, and then her makeup was just like a little bit messy, but I loved her though. I loved her. She came in with so much energy, and in her confessionals, I felt like she was so funny and cute. Also, she's just like endearing. Like, I want to hear what she has to say all the time, and I love just like a funny and endearing queen. Like, you just want to listen to them. I feel like she's a sickening performer, and I feel like people weren't giving her enough credit for that. When I was watching Untucked, and she had said this, everybody was talking about their critiques, and everybody started talking about her makeup. She was like, oh, did everybody just forget that I got like really positive feedback on my performance? And I'm like, period, because her performance was so good. She moves really sharp, and she has really good energy on stage. Very electric and like eye-catching, like every move sharp. I'm like, yes. Like, her runway makeup I felt was so bad. Her eyebrows were like really small, and then I feel like her eyeliner didn't go out enough. It just made her face like look more squished, and she's so beautiful, so I just feel like she shouldn't have looked like that. It just seemed a little bit sloppy. For me, the look kind of looked costumey, and I see what she was trying to do, but the look looked costumey. And then on top of it, because of the first look she had over it, like everybody was doing reveals. So her first look was like a dress, and she was like in this morph suit thing that zipped up. So she had on like these strappy brown heels that went with the dress. But then she took the dress off, and then she had on this alien purple and green, and then she still had on those heels. And I felt like it looked so bad with the heels and the makeup and the hair. But even though I feel like the look, her runway look was kind of costumey, I feel like with like really good hair and makeup that it could have worked, and a different shoe. I still feel like she's one to watch. I feel like she's gonna rise to the top. I honestly feel like these girls are underestimating her. I was really shocked that they didn't live for her talent and the way that I lived for it. Even if they didn't really like the song that much, her performance of it was so good. Let her makeup and hair get better. I feel like she's one to watch out for. Morphine Love Dion is gorgeous. The first thing I thought when I saw her makeup is flawless. And she immediately was like, I'm all about the mug. Like, the mug is always gonna be on point. And I honestly was like, girl, yes it is, because your makeup is amazing. It's beautiful. Her makeup in drag, and even her makeup like in the confessionals, like her face is just always together. I live for that. I thought in her talent, I thought she came out looking stunning. Like, her face looked really good. That red looked really good on her. The beginning was like, it did catch my attention, because I'm like, oh, what is she about to do? But I was left a little underwhelmed. It fell a little flat. I wanted more because the entrance did catch my attention. It just kind of like flatlined. Like I said, if you do a lip sync, you have to add some kind of element that is gonna like shock people, wow people. It has to be catchy in some way. It has to leave people with a lasting impression in some way. Like, she did like a little reveal, which I liked, but I feel like it was like a nice outfit, but I feel like it was kind of simple. Her runway, that towel look I thought was cute. The reveal though did fall kind of flat for me. I agree. I'm very much so like Michelle Visage, and I think she said this on there, like, once she took off the towel, it was just like bathing suit, bodysuit. One thing I will always agree with Michelle Visage on is, I don't like a bodysuit or a bathing suit on the runway. I feel like after a while, it just gets a little boring, and how much can you really do with it? Now, if you have a bodysuit or a bathing suit that has some kind of like interesting silhouette, or you've added so many things to it or whatever, and it can look cool, cool. But just like a bodysuit or bathing suit, I don't like it. And whenever I see somebody bring one to the runway, I'm like, I know all y'all watch this show. Y'all know Michelle Visage hates this. And it's not always about doing what she likes, but it's like, none of them really like love a bodysuit, especially like I said, when you have big concepts like Q. You have to turn it every single time, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. Okay, woo! One of my faves, Sapphira Cristál. Sapphira Cristál. She just gave very like mother right off the bat. I feel like she came in swinging. First of all, her entrance when she was doing the and they're like, and I'm like, yeah, she's telling y'all be scared of her. And you should, because she's a competitor. Her outfit was beautiful. She had like this big feather number. It's feathers coming here, waist cinch, feathers coming out the bottom, the blue boots. The hair was scooped up into a ponytail, and then she had like the crinkles, makeup on point. I said, this queen is gonna be hard to beat, especially in her confessional. She was like, I'm a look queen, I'm a comedy queen, I'm an actress, I'm a singer. And I'm like, girl, and I believe every single thing you're saying right now. Like, because a lot of queens can say that, but I'm like, I dead believe her. And it just gives very seasoned. Like, I've been doing this for a while. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know what works. And I know how to excel at everything. And she does. She won the little mini challenge. And her talent, genius, genius. When I saw that talent, oh, I said, this is how you win RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, this right here is how you win. She's a talented opera singer, so she gave that. When you take it a step further and make it camp, she sang an opera song. She sounded amazing. She looked beautiful, but then she made it stupid and fun and campy because she had those words on the screen that we know is not the translation. Drops into a split, is backing it up in the split while she's singing beautiful opera. To show that you're mega talented and then make it campy is a genius move on this show. Her runway, it didn't blow me away. I liked that first like blue overcoat that she had. It was like very billowy and I loved how it moved. And Michelle Visage also said, Michelle Visage was like, I like that first look. I don't like the second one at all. And I'm like, I agree. I didn't really care for the second one at all. And then the last one was cool. Like she had like the tassels on her breastplate. Her breastplate was very weird though. And Michelle, I feel like I keep saying Michelle Visage, but for whatever reason, me and her was thinking the same things. Her breastplate was so narrow and tiny. And I remember when she ripped off the front of her, of that play suit and I saw it, I was like, something's off. This looks so weird. And I didn't expect it from her because she's very together. She's another one where it's kind of like, girl, unclockable. Like, but it was kind of funny looking. So when Michelle said that and I was like, okay, I thought it was just me. Oh, Mirage, time to get to Mirage. The way I've been walking around saying the queen of me, maldita perra. I liked her aesthetic off the bat. I feel like they were kind of looking at her, like in some of the confessionals, they were like, oh, this look, da da da. And I'm like, am I the only one who feels like it eats? It gave very like Y2K, Bratz doll, stripper, Vegas. And I love the hair. I thought her makeup was fierce. I love how she does the really skinny eyebrows. I feel like the really skinny eyebrows don't work on everybody, but the people they work on, they really work on, and I love them on her. I get on TikTok, every swipe I see is Mirage because her lip sync was so good. And this is what I mean by having a good lip sync. You have to come out swinging with the lip sync. But she had me the minute she said, I'll put your man on a leash. Because our men are dogs. Oh, and then she did the little skip hop. Y'all know what I'm talking about. She did the little skip hop on the beat and act like a dog was pulling her while she's holding the leash. Immediately I said, oh, I live for her. I live for this. And then it was like the heel clacking when she said, because I'm not that nice and I'm not your sis. Clap. I said, yes! Yes! I feel like that's how you do a lip sync. You have to do something different. People don't usually come on, as far as I've seen, I haven't seen somebody come on the main stage and they do a lip sync that's like featuring a bunch of heel clacking. And then it's like her levels, she's up and down, she's dynamic, and then her lyrics are like cute and fun. Like you want to keep, the fact that since I've seen it, all day I'm saying, I'm not that nice and I'm not your sis, and queen of me, maldita perra. She's sliding into splits, getting up. Foot is up, heel clacking. When she did the slide, because I feel like this move is not getting enough credit. She did like a reverse slide into a dip. And it was so smooth and seamless. I literally said, when she did it, like her performance was so seamless and easy. I love to watch a queen on stage where it looks like she's doing this like this is the easiest thing in the world. There's a certain kind of energy you have to make a lip sync good. Think Sasha Colby, think Georges. Like the energy that they have when they do lip syncs, you want to watch. So unless your lip sync can be at that level, like now Mirage, Sasha Colby, Georges, Anetra, I feel like maybe leave the lip syncs alone. Kennedy Davenport as well. When Kennedy Davenport comes on that stage doing a lip sync, she's gonna tear it up. I love Mirage. I cannot wait to see what she does in this competition. The last queen of the first episode, Dawn. I saw Dawn, immediately I said, this is Willow Pill, Crystal Method. Put in one. But also, still unique. Like I didn't see her and think like, oh, she's biting off a Willow Pill style, she's biting off a Crystal Method style. No, she just reminds me of both of them with her style, but it's still very unique and I feel like it's very like Dawn. Like I don't know Dawn yet, but I saw her and I said, oh, I love a different, weird, unique queen. All season for the runway, they're gonna be giving these categories, but she's the kind of queen where I'm gonna be like, what's her perspective on this category. The judges always say, like, we love a queen with perspective. Dawn has perspective, and I live for it. I cannot wait to see what she does. She's another one where I love her personality already. I think she's so cute and funny. When she came in and like saw the girls, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna love her. Like, she's one of those ones as the season goes on, and I think she's gonna last a long time. Even if she didn't win, I just wanna see her on the show every week. Like, I just wanna see what Dawn's up to every week. I wanna have a conversation with Dawn. Sit down and have a coffee with Dawn. I knew she was it when they did the little, the photo shoot challenge, the front porch, and she came and she was like, I have bacon, and RuPaul said, what kind? And she said, vegan. I don't know why that was so funny and cute to me. She had RuPaul dying laughing. A good way to get through this show is to make Ru laugh. I definitely think Dawn is one to watch because she gives very much like weird queen, and I feel like weirdos win. You have to watch the weird queens. Jinx Monsoon, Evie Oddly, weirdos who won, and they're so good at what they do. When Willow Pill came in on her season and did her talent, Coffee, it is ringing the doorbell, girl. He growling. What's funny is he's growling while he didn't even get up. He's just laying on the bed. What are you gonna do from the bed? He's not gonna hear you growl from the bed. I thought her talent was funny, and I thought it was so much fun. The way she flopped out in a bag, as if like somebody put her in a body bag and threw her out on stage. I was like, that's a really genius entrance because everybody's gonna be like, what the heck is going on? One thing I like about Chipotle, it'd be good even at room temperature. I feel like it turns into a dip. Honestly, it starts off as dip. Like Chipotle, a Chipotle bowl, especially if you mix it, is really just dip. I love that because I love dips. Y'all know Oliver's character on Only Murders in the Building? And he like only eats dips? I'm like, that's me. I love dips. Coffee is back asleep. He just did all this growling because the doorbell rang and he is back asleep. On to the second set of queens. This is episode 2. I'm gonna give a disclaimer before I start the second set of queens because this set, not all of them gave me like a big impression to where I had a lot to say. But I don't want y'all to take it as shade. Like, no shade at all. Me not having a big impression doesn't mean that I like think badly of the queen or that like I don't like the queen. It's just that not every queen does something off the bat that immediately catches my attention or gives me a lot to say. We have a whole season to have stuff to say, but sometimes in the beginning, not everybody gives me a lasting impression. And I will have to say, the second set of queens didn't give me as big of an impression as the first set of queens. But like I said, it's no shade. It's literally the beginning. We're just talking about what we first see. Okay, Hershii LiqCour-Jett. Her entrance didn't give me a huge impression, but I did think she looked gorgeous. I liked her makeup, I liked her hair, I thought her outfit was nice. What I really loved about her was they showed us a lot of like her personality off the bat. Like, I love getting to hear her story, like hearing about how her being a parent and like how that is for her and how it's difficult and seeing her personality. I can tell that I'm gonna enjoy her spirit. It's like you feel like you can connect with her emotionally because she just seems very genuine. Like when I was just sitting there hearing her talk, I'm like, this is a genuine queen. I feel like off the bat, she has a way of getting people to connect with her. I feel like a lot of audience members are gonna connect with her. And let me say this, she's definitely a performer. Her talent song, y'all already know like what I've said about lip syncs, you gotta bring something special. I could see like throughout that lip sync that she's a good performer. Even just by, she danced only a little bit, but even just by her dancing a little bit, I'm like, girl, dance, say more, dance more. Like, I could tell that she's a really good performance. Honestly, I feel like that lip sync might have held her back because I feel like she could do way more than what she was showing, but maybe she's playing it that way on purpose. Maybe she's not showing her hands so quickly and so soon. Her runway, that bodycon brown dress, fierce. I love the color of that dress. I love the silhouette, the sleeves, the collar. It looked like it was painted on. I thought that was such a great dress to bring to the runway. Michelle Visage was saying she didn't like the length of it. She just feels like it was a weird length. I don't agree at all. I like that length for dresses. I like that length on a lot of people. I thought it worked. I thought she looked bomb. Plasma. I love a queen whose drag persona is either older than her or like set in a different decade, like years in the past. I think it's because like they're always so heavily characterized and they're like good at being that character, and it's so entertaining to watch. So when I saw her, I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have fun with this queen. And she was funny and quick. I love like a funny, quick queen. Think Bianca Del Rio, like when she came in, she had to come back for every single thing. She's just like rattling off all these funny things to where you almost can't even keep up. And I feel like that's the kind of queen that does well in the Snatch game, which I'll go ahead and say that right now. I think Plasma could do really well in the Snatch game. For her talent, I felt like there was a lot going on. The judges said the same thing. They were like, you were doing burlesque and then you were also singing and you're also doing the impressions. She fit in a lot for one moment. I kind of understand why, because it seems like she wanted to come out with a bang. I can tell she's talented. I just think that with doing so many things at one time, like it kind of got lost and it wasn't as polished as it could have been. For example, her impressions. You could tell she does pretty good impressions. For me, impressions have to be like nearly identical to the person or else they kind of fall flat. Like that's the fun thing about an impression is you're hearing somebody doing an impression and it sounds like the person, but that person is not there. Also, Jinx Monsoon and the Vivienne, they raised my standards for impressions because they are so good. So they were good, but I felt like they weren't amazing. But I also feel like that was because she was sandwiching so many things in there at once. So it may have been hard for her to focus on making every single one of those things flawless. Her pincushion runway was fun though. I thought that was so cute. I feel like that's a runway that could easily go costumey, but there were parts of it that made it fashion, like the tapered pant. She had like the pincushion fascinator on top of her head. Like, Geneva Karr, I love that she came in immediately repping Mexico. I love when the queens come in with culture. I live for it every single time. She's another one like Hershii LiqCour-Jett, where I just feel like she's so genuine. Like she gave such a warm energy. I'm like, I wanna be her friend and I trust her. It's like almost like nobody better ever cross Geneva Karr because I feel like she's just being genuine. Her talent song, the I'm Geneva, La Diva Más Latina, I feel like that's another good thing to, like I said, in a lip sync, if you're, I know I keep saying it, but in a lip sync, have something different, have something catchy. After I saw that all day, I'm saying, I'm Geneva, La Diva Más Latina, I'm Geneva, La Diva Más Latina. That's so catchy and fun. For her runway, I love that her reveals didn't get smaller because I feel like with reveals, people kind of expect them to just get smaller and smaller because you're kind of like taking off clothes. But it went from like that sparkly black like mariachi suit, I think, and then she strapped it down and it was like a full dress. And I'm like, oh, I love that because instead of the reveals getting smaller, we're just getting two completely different looks. Also, that black sparkly suit, I love that. I thought that was fierce. I didn't care for the dress that much, but that suit. Okay, let's go to Plain Jane. She came in, immediately I thought she gives body, and I know she gives it all the time. And she said that, she's like, I'm known for like giving good body, tiny waist, big hips, and I feel like her proportions were really good. When it comes to padding, I feel like it can go left really fast to be bad padding. I'm not saying Mirage's padding is bad, don't think that's what I'm saying at all, but Mirage's butt is kind of pointy. Like whatever padding she uses for her butt is pointy. I don't love a pointy butt. I'm gonna say this though, I didn't like her attitude. She gave like shady queen, but not in a fun way, you know what I mean? Like queens come in all the time and some of them are shady and it's so funny. It's like fun shade. Like they say little shady stuff and people are kind of like, ooh, but they laugh. Like when they do the reading challenge and because reading is what? Fundamental. They put on the glasses and they read everybody and it's fun. Like remember when Violet Chachki came in and she was voted like most shady queen? She just kind of like, it kind of just gave mean a little bit. And Plain Jane right now is kind of skewing mean, but I feel like there's a way to do it. Think Bianca Del Rio. One of the shadiest queens, I feel like, in the history of Drag Race, but she was funny. She came in reading everybody, but she's also reading herself at the same time, and none of it is too mean. There's always a funny component to it, and then also on top of that, she was so supportive of the other queens. Remember that moment where she gagged Trinity K. Bonet? She said, what do you do successfully? Quickly. And everybody was like, ah! But also, who was there to support Trinity? Another example is Sapphira Cristál. In Untucked, Sapphira told a mandatory meeting that she thinks her personality is way better than her drag. Everybody was kind of like, ooh, 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 but she was like, no, I'm like actually so serious. Like I think she has like a really glowing, like fun personality. Like she started to actually, she was like building her up. She was being so serious about it. Amanda was like, I feel like she's just telling the truth. I thought her talent was fun and campy. The whole burger finger thing. Like I said, when you do a lip sync, it's like you gotta bring something different. Oh my gosh, I'm saying that this whole video. Like take a shot every time I say when you do a lip sync, you have to bring something different. Like, but it is what it is. When you do a lip sync, you have to bring something different. And the whole burger finger thing is like, you hear it and you're like, what the heck is a burger finger? And her doing like the ketchup and mustard at the end, I'm like, oh, this is very like RuPaul's Drag Race, stupid, silly camp. Like they love that. Her runway, I thought it was okay. Another thing, I don't like how she did her ratings. She purposely, and I think it's more so because she said that she wasn't gonna do that in the beginning. And the other queens peeped it. Geneva, Plasma, and Hershii were all on the side. And Geneva was like, I feel like she's saying she's gonna like, you know, do it fairly, but then she's gonna be like, I'm about to get these girls and da da da. And I kind of like felt the same way. Her strategy was she put the weaker queens in the top with her so that she could maybe like ensure herself a spot in the top. I always personally have a problem when queens try to win stuff based off of going up against whoever's weaker in that moment. For me, I feel like that comes across as weak because if you want to be the best, beat the best. I feel like you're not really the best if you just put yourself up against people who are weaker. It just kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth, and that always registers as weak to me. This is kind of how she's being portrayed right now. It's very early. I don't see her off camera. I feel like maybe things could be different. Who knows? She could just be playing the villain role, like the villain arc for fun. Who knows what she's doing? Who knows how she could change in the season? I might completely change my opinion of her. Okay, let's go to Megami. Her entrance was also one that didn't leave a huge impression on me. I love the message of her talent because drag is being attacked right now, and I feel like if you love drag, that should come across in your voting. But she definitely should have done more, because I too was wondering, like, what is she gonna do with like those little poster boards on the easel? Because she was just like lip syncing for a really long time. Her runway, they were like, your runway like did not give reveal at all. I think the runway assignment was made you look, but there was like an understanding that there was supposed to be a reveal. And she didn't really have a reveal. She was saying that the reveal was supposed to be the eyes on her hand, because she was giving like the Pan's Labyrinth. Like if you've seen Pan's Labyrinth, you know about like the eyes being on the hands or whatever. I did love the Pan's Labyrinth fantasy though. I was living for that. I thought that looked really good. As a matter of fact, I thought that looked so good. It just wasn't technically a reveal, but it did make me excited to see what she's gonna bring to the runway. I thought she looked really freaking cool. Mhi'ya and Nymphia, she's another one that didn't give me like a big impression, especially with her entrance. But you know what it is? I feel like I just haven't got to see enough of her personality yet. She kind of comes across like quiet outside of performance, not with performance, because we know she can perform. Her videos have gone viral on TikTok, like sickening performer. But just outside of that, I feel like I haven't seen yet. Maybe it just could be because she wasn't like on screen talking as much. There's a lot of queens there and everybody's talking, and I didn't see a lot of her. Can't really gauge her personality, but I'm excited to see as the season progresses and I see her more on camera. I did not like her runway look at all. I did not like that runway look. I didn't like the jacket that was over the bathing suit. I already said earlier, I don't like swimsuits or bodysuits on the runway. Nymphia Wind. Sickening. I love her. Her entrance, I feel like, hold on, let me go through all these queens. Yeah, I feel like of all 14 queens, Nymphia Wind had the best entrance. I thought it was genius. She understands to put together a conceptual, campy look. I think it was so much fun. I literally wrote here, fierce, 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 fierce. She comes in with the 50s or 60s, I forget which one. I forget which decade it is that the vibe she gave. But like the whole shades look with the headscarf that the women used to give. But she's like, let me make it tall. Let me make my hair tall. And not only have sunglasses on my eyes, but have 6 pair placed on my hair in front of me. I feel like that's how you take a look so simple and make it campy and fun. And then on top of that, her makeup was gorgeous. I don't know if y'all really looking at her face because her look was so good. And of course she opened up the, she opened up the trench coat and gave flasher and had the banana. Like, besides all that, her makeup was flawless. I said, oh, I can't wait to see what she brings. Coming in with an entrance like that, I'm excited to see what she's about to do. Her talent, I loved her talent. It had me entranced from the beginning. The minute she put her arms up, I said, oh, I love this. Her makeup was perfect for it. She was robbed, in my opinion. I don't know how every single queen didn't rate her first for talent. I just can't see how Plain Jane won over Nymphia. Sorry, that's making me really mad. Nymphia was beautiful. And like I said, I love when queens come with the culture. How did y'all not rate her first? I'm upset. She was robbed. Now, I'm gonna go through my front runners. A front runner could change. Next episode, we don't know. Q, Sapphira, Cristál, Mirage, Dion, Nymphia Wind. That's all I'm gonna say. I think that they're the front runners right now, but oh my gosh, yes, that's the breakdown of the premiere. Okay, so next Friday's video will be about the episode that's on today. So today is Friday that I'm posting this, and there's also a new Drag Race episode on today, and the video for the Drag Race episode that's on today will be posted next Friday. Also, tomorrow I'll be posting a vlog, because what I'm gonna do with this series is every Friday there will be a Drag Race video, every single Friday. But if I have additional content, like an additional video, an additional vlog, that will be posted the next day, Saturday. So this time I have a vlog. This vlog was recorded in September when I took my sister to the Drake concert, and I was supposed to have posted this, but I finally have it edited and I'm gonna post it. So if you're confused about like dates and stuff, it's because it was filmed in September 2023. But that'll be posted tomorrow, y'all. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to come back here every single Friday for a new Drag Race video. Cause y'all, we are back on YouTube, and honestly, I love it. I love being back on YouTube. Yeah. Oh, also, not only with every Drag Race video, I will let y'all know if there's gonna be a Saturday video up. But I will see y'all next Friday. Well, no, I'll see you tomorrow, and then I'll see you next Friday. Bye.